On today's video, we're going over the essential EDC or everyday carry items you may need in a pinch for your vehicle. Welcome to the Pit Stop Tire Pros, where we give you the best advice from our years of experience helping you with your automotive needs and questions. Now, there's a myriad of situations you may face on a daily basis when commuting to work or traveling on vacation, but these specific items will help create greater peace of mind when you're on the road. Now, you can scroll through each section to find each specific item in the description below. Now, these are basic items that will cover most vehicle-related situations, but make sure you're subscribed as we'll go over medical preparedness in the next upcoming video. So number one, flashlight. Now, I'm not suggesting any flashlight because when you need it the most, you want to invest in a flashlight that is not only dependable, but versatile. I carry this Streamlight Micro with me every day and use it consistently throughout the day. Whether I'm inspecting vehicles or using it to walk the dog, this is a must-have item you should carry with you and in your vehicle. I have both the Micro and the vehicle-mounted Strion LED. This is a much stronger light and projects much further. The Micro has two settings, low with a single click and high with a double click. So also with the Micro, the fact that it has a double-sided clip allows me to, when I'm wearing my hat, this allows me to actually put it to the brim of my hat so that I can use it hands-free to walk around, inspect a vehicle, whatever I may need to use it for. So that's a really handy feature, and the fact that it's this small means it's not pulling down on my hat or anything else. It's actually fits on there really nicely, hands-free. So make sure that you get one that has this double-sided clip. I'll leave this one in the description below. Now, the Strion has three settings. When you hold the button, you are lowering intensity on each one, and the double click is for the strobe.
Number 2 on our list is jumper cables or a jump pack. Now, jumper cables are easily the most used device for a commonly low battery or alternator issue,
and can also help with a stuck starter as well. Now, most people understand that red goes to red and black goes to black or ground, but I'm going to explain why. DC or direct current is very different than AC or alternating current, like the outlets in your house. With a DC system in your car, it is vitally important that you do not reverse the polarities when jumping a vehicle. This can not only damage important components like the engine computer, but in most cases will blow the main fuses of your modern vehicles, which is meant to protect those components. This particular one has a safety feature in it that allows you, even if you do accidentally swap it, it will not jump the vehicle. So this actually has a safety measure built within the device itself. So really cool to have if you have no experience using a jump pack. But you definitely want to make sure that you are locating the positive and negative or ground parts of your vehicle whenever you have to jump your vehicle. So make sure you know that before you get in a situation where you need to use it and you are questioning whether or not you're in the positive or negative side. This ensures the charge is going in the right direction and not opposite to its design. It's also nice that they give you this little extra pouch. One thing I would recommend that they do state on here is that this is not meant to stay outside in the freezing cold. So you don't want to have this thing freeze on you, expand, and then cause an issue later or start to leak and those kinds of things. So this is meant to stay indoors, not inside your vehicle. I would either keep this in the office or keep this in your home. Number 3 is a fire extinguisher that you can keep in your vehicle. Most fire extinguishers have a shelf life because they are pressurized, so make sure you check the gauge periodically to make sure yours is always in the green and ready to go. And in some cases, if your fire extinguisher is unused and just needs a charge, you may be able to exchange one from your local fire protection company that services these devices. These can be life-saving in the case of a vehicle fire, which even modern cars will still have engineering issues with. And remember, electric cars have lithium batteries, and the lithium is explosive when exposed to water. Now, the thing to remember is that if you have your pressurized fire extinguisher in your vehicle, that you keep an eye on this gauge. If the temperature is going to fluctuate, this is a dry chem fire extinguisher, so there's no liquid inside of here, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff freezing. But when temperature fluctuations do fluctuate between hot and cold, you will notice that the pressure may change on this gauge. Make sure that it's always consistently in the green so that it's ready to go when you need it. A tire repair kit. These tire repair kits take some practice to use, but can be extremely helpful, especially if you're in an area with no service, like cell phone service or reception. If you have a spare tire, know how to remove it from your car. Practice, because most people have never touched their spare tire, even if they have owned it for several years. Which is also another point. Tires have expirations, So if your spare is older than 7 years, it's time for another spare. You can check out a video on that right over here. The tire repair kit comes with two main tools, the tire plug and the reamer tool. So the reamer tool is meant to basically just clear out any debris within the rubber itself. The plug tool has this little eyelet right in the center of it. And this is just basically a guard. I have a video on how to use this particular tool in the card right up here in this corner. So go ahead and check that out so you know how to use this kit. It also comes with a little lube. You can use this lube if you want. I don't find it particularly necessary, and they also give you a tool to pull the core out as well as tighten your tools up as well. So it's really easy for the most part. You slide your plug through the open slit in the eyelet. Next, you take both hands and push that tip of the tool with force through the tire. Once it's in the tire, spin that tool as you start to pull it out of the tire. This will slightly braid the plug, expanding the sealing capabilities of the device as you pull it out, the rest of it out of the tire. That allows the plug to stay in the tire as the tool exits the hole. Trim the excess material and you're done. Our next tool is this vehicle escape tool. These little devices are handy only in a life-threatening situation typically. One end of the device is for breaking tempered glass, and the other end is meant to basically cut a seatbelt off if you need to get somebody out of a vehicle quickly. So the great thing about these little devices is that they have a little key ring here and come with a zip tie so that you can zip tie it anywhere above you, around the driver's side area or passenger side area for the front two occupants. And basically, as soon as it's hanging there, you just pull it, and then you can run it right across if you're stuck inside of a vehicle to get yourself out from the seatbelt holding you in. The other side has that, it's basically a punch, and it is effective at breaking the window. So this is a fairly inexpensive tool, but is really pretty good in quality. So it's called the Rescue Me. Tow strap is a great tool just in case you need to pull another vehicle a short distance. Some vehicles can't be flat towed because the engine needs to be running in order for the transmission to have enough lubrication to all the internal components. So use your own discretion and judgment when it comes to towing somebody with an automatic transmission. As a transmission in motion without the internal lubrication not functioning can be detrimental to that major part of the vehicle depending on the distance moved. I have here two types of tow straps. You can see I use this one a lot. This one just basically has a loop on both ends. I like to throw it around a framed piece or something attached to the frame, and then the other end I just throw around my hitch if I need to pull somebody out somewhere or just do a quick tow somewhere. The other style that you can use are the ones that have the hooks in them. These are great as well. As you can see, mine's starting to get a little frayed. Once they get a certain amount of frayed, depending on the weight that you are towing, you definitely want to be cautious because these can snap if you are towing something really heavy. So make sure that if your tow strap starts to get pretty weathered, just go ahead and toss it or recycle it or get rid of it and get you a new one. Again, they come with two different styles. Now the last optional thing that you can have is road flares. These are great for if you need to start a fire quickly, which is another use for them, or just signaling in a storm or any other situation that you need to make sure that people see you if you happen to be broke down on the side of the road. So if you have any questions on any of these items, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'm going to go ahead and put all of these items in the description below so you can find them. Having these type of essential tools around and with you will always help you in a pinch so that you don't get stuck if you need to jump, if you need to fix a flat, if you need to put out a fire, which may not be your vehicle, maybe some other vehicle that you happen to be driving down the road by, or towing somebody out. And then again, the essential items like flashlights, which are things that are vitally important to have, especially when you are stuck somewhere in the dark, for sure. So thanks guys for joining us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Like this video if it helped you out, and thank you guys for joining us.